According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, there are 30.3 million Americans living with type 2 diabetes. That's nearly 10% of the population. 1.5 million Americans are diagnosed with the disease every single year, and a staggering 84.1 million have prediabetes, which means a diabetes diagnosis is just around the corner if serious diet and lifestyle changes aren't made. Type 2 diabetes accounts for $237 billion in medical costs each year, and it dramatically increases your risk for cardiovascular disease, which kills 1 in 4 Americans. All of this for a disease that is almost completely preventable and reversible. There is absolutely no reason for our epidemic levels of type 2 diabetes and the many serious and even life-threatening conditions that the disease leads to. That's why today I want to explain what type 2 diabetes is, what causes it, and 6 simple steps you can take to prevent and even reverse it naturally. So first, let's cover what type 2 diabetes is and how it impacts your health. So glucose is a type of sugar, and it is a main energy source for the cells, muscles, and other tissues in your body. Whenever you eat sugar or grains or foods like grains that are broken down into sugar, your pancreas releases insulin in your bloodstream. Now, insulin is a hormone that signals your cells to take in glucose, which in turn lowers the amount of sugar circulating in your bloodstream. As your blood sugar levels drop, your pancreas slows down its secretion of insulin to maintain a healthy balance. Type 2 diabetes occurs when your body does one of 2 things. It no longer produces enough insulin, or it doesn't respond to the insulin that is already there. In either case, this causes hyperglycemia, which means you have too much glucose circulating in your bloodstream. Excess blood sugar, which is toxic and inflammatory, tears up the small vessels that carry fuel and oxygen to your organs, which eventually leads to hypoperfusion and cell death. Now, the symptoms of type 2 diabetes often develop slowly and can include increased thirst and frequent urination, increased hunger, fatigue, blurred vision, frequent infections, poor wound healing or sores, and a whole host of other symptoms. But those are some of the ones that you want to pay attention to. While these symptoms are bad enough, the real danger with type 2 diabetes is that it can lead to far more serious conditions. As I said before, it is strongly linked with heart attacks, with strokes, high blood pressure, and atherosclerosis, which is narrowing of the arteries. It can also lead to damage of the nerves, kidneys, eyes, and feet, as well as hearing loss and other skin issues. New research has even found that high blood sugar levels may lead to Alzheimer's. Some people are even calling Alzheimer's type 3 diabetes. So now that you understand what diabetes is and the serious impact it can have on your health, let's talk about what causes it. I see many patients in my clinic who have a family history of diabetes and worry that they are doomed to go down the same track and develop it too, but that doesn't have to be the case. Researchers have not found concrete evidence proving that type 2 diabetes is completely genetic. Just like most disease processes, there's environmental factors involved. While you may be predisposed to developing diabetes, your environment plays the major role in how your genes are expressed and whether or not you will develop the condition. The primary risk factor for developing type 2 diabetes is being overweight. This isn't always the case, but it's a big risk factor, particularly when you store fat around the midsection. The more fatty tissue you have, the more resistant your cells become to insulin. So eating a poor diet, especially one high in refined sugars, living a sedentary lifestyle, dealing with chronic inflammation, and experiencing chronic stress all contribute to excess weight and can put you on the path to developing diabetes. Now, the good news is that using simple dietary and lifestyle changes, you can reverse diabetes naturally or prevent it altogether, which is even better, breaking up the vicious family cycle you may be experiencing. So let's cover some of the simple steps you can take right away to reduce your risk for developing complications. Step number 1, cut out added sugar. This one's pretty much a no-brainer. The more sugar you eat, the more resistant to insulin you become. The problem is that Americans today are consuming skyrocketing amounts of sugar to the tune of 3 pounds a week. So knowing that, it's no wonder we're in the midst of a diabetes epidemic. In my clinic, we work with you one-on-one to formulate a personalized dietary plan that addresses all aspects of sugar, including complex carbohydrates, fruits, and starchy vegetables, so you have a nice, even balance. However, a great place to begin is just by cutting out added sugar. So ditch the sodas, the baked goods, the desserts, candy, and sugary cereals, and you'll be well on your way to reversing or preventing diabetes. Step 2, minimize grains. This is a tough one for people, but grains, which are in a lot of foods that people think are healthy, like whole wheat or pasta, get broken down in the digestive tract into sugar. Not to mention that most grains contain gluten, which we know causes inflammation, leaky gut, autoimmunity, and a variety of other disease processes. In most people battling chronic inflammation or disease, I recommend cutting out gluten entirely and minimizing your consumption of grains for at least a little while so we can try to restore balance and allow the body to heal. Step number 3, eat real food. Along with ditching the sugar and minimizing grains, you also want to focus on eating a balanced diet of real whole food that supports healthy blood sugar levels. Get plenty of dietary fiber from vegetables and leafy greens, which help reduce the absorption of sugar. Eat healthy fats from sources like avocados, coconut, and salmon, which also help balance out healthy blood sugar levels. And finally, get lots of lean protein, ideally from grass-fed, pasture-raised meats, to keep you fueled and to reduce the sugar cravings that you may be experiencing, especially in the beginning of your dietary changes. Remember, if your great-grandmother wouldn't recognize it, you probably shouldn't be eating it. So read the labels and understand what you're putting into your body. As you incorporate healthier food choices and reduce sugars and carbohydrates, this will naturally reduce inflammation. By reducing inflammation, this will help you optimize your weight and prevent the progression of several other chronic diseases, including type 2 diabetes. Step 4, exercise regularly. With our modern busy lives, exercise is often one of the first priorities to get pushed to the wayside, but this can have serious consequences for your health. A sedentary lifestyle increases your risk for diabetes and the cardiovascular conditions that go along with it. Not to mention a whole host of other different conditions like depression and anxiety, and the list goes on and on and on. So make sure you're staying active. Even if it's just the 30-minute walk with your family after dinner or taking the stairs instead of the elevator, every little bit really does help. Step 5, reduce your stress and get plenty of sleep. We all know the cliche about stress eating. But did you know that in addition to cravings, stress increases your inflammation levels, which can also lead to weight gain? Beyond that, stress stimulates the release of stored glucose from your liver, elevating circulating blood sugar levels, even when we're not eating. I see plenty of people who come into clinic who are eating low sugar, low carb diets and still have elevated blood sugar levels. 99% of the time, this is all related to stress or inflammation. By relieving stress regularly and getting plenty of sleep so your body has time to recover and maintain a state of balance so you can fight weight gain, sugar cravings will decrease, and it will again prevent the progression of type 2 diabetes. So choose your favorite relaxing activities: meditation, prayer, getting outside, whatever it is that you do that helps you chill out and relax, make it a part of your daily routine. Finally, step number 6, fix your gut. So a lot of people are probably thinking, what the heck does the gut have to do with diabetes? Now, 10 years ago, this may have sounded a little crazy, but what we know today is that the digestive tract and the microbiome have a huge influence on a variety of different disease processes, including diabetes and obesity. If you have a stealth infection in your gut, a deficiency of short-chain fatty acids, insufficient healthy flora, leaky gut, or other digestive imbalances, your risk of having metabolic complications like diabetes will be substantially higher. This is why it's absolutely essential to do comprehensive functional medicine testing so you know exactly what is going on in your digestive tract. So if you are struggling with type 2 diabetes, or you have a family history and are concerned about your risk, it's time to break the vicious cycle and figure out real solutions. Diabetes is no joke. Relying solely on medications will not reduce the risk for the problems that will kill you. Medications only give you false confidence that allow you to continue to fuel the lifestyle that got you into your current situation. This is a condition that in most cases is 100% preventable and reversible. There is no reason to continue living with your symptoms simply waiting for more serious problems to develop. The time to act is now. My name's Dr. Seth Osgood, and I'm the proud founder of Grassroots Functional Medicine. I've helped people from around the world reclaim their health using sustainable lifestyle habits so they can focus in on the things that matter most, not trying to recover from chronic disease. I want to help you get some real answers. So if you're ready to commit to the lifestyle changes that will stop the cycle and put you back on the road to optimal health, check out our adaptation program and book your free 10-minute consult with me. Just call the clinic 888-644-7668 or go to grassrootsfunctionalmedicine.com and schedule your free 10-minute consult. The time to act was yesterday, but today is the next best thing. Again, my name is Dr. Seth Osgood with Grassroots Functional Medicine, and I hope you have a blessed day.